I see it.
Hello, Tracy.
His too. This is a lovely bag of student didgeridoos, which are basically PVC pipes. All different types and sizes. They're all clean even though they're dirty. I sanitized them today.
Sterilize.
Yeah,
No, analyze.
Like
Sterilize.
the mouthpiece kind of sucks. Yeah, probably. Like if you look at the top, these two in particular.
I thought of another thing too, your megaphone. Or have somebody hear ye, so-and-so class is going on.
Nope, most of them are all the same note. Oh wow, when'd you get that one?
I've had this one for over a year.
Oh wow.
I had it for almost a year before I ever even learned to try to make it now.
Wow, this is a real thing.
Yeah, that's a real one.
Yeah, this isn't like a tinkling thing.
It's not really that much fun.
Yeah, the trick is to learn the raspberry, or like, you know, you're tired, you go, oh. Or the nay winning wing. Get that down. Yeah, you can experiment with straight on or on the side of the mouth. Either way. Can't force it hard, or just mess up on you.
That's what the sticker said on it.
Yeah.
It does look like you.
Yeah. Actually, this one would be your best.
Gotta have loose lips.
For a comedy act too, you'll get that one. Usually like the first half we kind of go over the playing and focus on circular breathing on the latter half. And we'll do a little bit of history and the basics in the beginning just so you know where we're at. Anytime if there's questions, please ask, no matter what it's about, even if it has nothing to do with what we're doing at the time.
Well, listen, I'll take a moment. I know that what I've learned from my indigenous friends is that every time we get together for a robbery or a gathering like this, we do a little thank you prayer for the spirits that are present in this land and around us. So just going to do that real fast. Thank the ancestors for bringing us all together right now so we can share in this moment. In some way we're all connected through sound, through didgeridoo. We thank you, ancestors, Aboriginal, and the like, bringing this into our lives so we may be fully present human beings. And the highest good would let this be so, and it is. That's all I have.
There's more spare digits here if you want.
Yeah. Some didgeridoos for anybody that's wants to try and learn one. Anybody's crazy like that. And real quick, there's just an announcement. We're going to probably make another announcement at the end at this, but we're going to be doing didgeridoo massages in this dome right here. This is the dollar room. We got a 5-foot copper pyramid set up, and we have some phones that we're going to put on some brain massager. It's like a sensory deprivation device that we use. And so we're going to be offering that up, us individuals, as a private deal for like anybody just let us know.
Basically, I mean, it grows. It's an interesting relationship. You know, the trees thrive off what the ants are doing to them, even though they're eating out the heartwood of the tree. It's a symbiotic. Symbiotic. So it works out really well.
Call it a fallen eucalyptus tree. Yeah.
Got transported.
Exactly. It's me. And then the next thing he knew is he picked it up and he saw some stuff fall at the bottom of it. And he was like, "What is that?" He looked in there and he kind of saw some little critters in there and he was like, He hit that down there and then he kind of picked it up again. He looked in there and you could see up. You could see the sun. You could see the sky. I was, oh wow, cool. So he turned it around, banged it out some more. Turn this side here. It was like. Kind of looking around all of a sudden, all of a sudden that was one of the stories of how the didgeridoo was first found. And this could have been, since it was so simple in nature and it was made the way it was through termites, it's very possible that it could be one of the oldest, at least an ageless instrument that would fit in a bracket of ageless instruments. And I think it's technically called an aerophone, which means it's free of any reeds whatsoever. So it plays just from a drone, from what you do with your body and what you do with this. It's just it. That's it. That's not really.
I'm
There's
lost
more
in my
to
own
it.
mind right now.
There's more to it than that. But,
Yeah.
so that's one story, and then there's another one. You gonna tell one?
Well, there's another story that's an offshoot of that one, which is like the creation of the stars and kind of the earth as it translates into the snake story with the creation of the earth. Is when he was knocking out all the termites, he blew into it. And he blew in very hard, and the termites became shot up into space and became the stars. And the sound of the didgeridoo created the earth, which in turn, I'm horrible at stories, but the story of the rainbow serpent is there's this big serpent that came down from the sky, and when it nestled into the primordial ooze of the earth, it dug all the cavities and all mountains and stuff, and just the noise that it made was the sound of the didgeridoo. But that's the quick version. Like I said, I'm horrible. Let's see, where else can we go?
There's lots of history, you guys, related to the beginnings of the didgeridoo. If you guys are interested, let us know. We'll spend some more time telling you about that later. Let's get more into playing, because that's what we're really good at anyway.
Kind of. I mean, we could do an 8-hour workshop.
I'm just going to open this up real quick with one little demonstration. This is a sort of based off a traditional piece that was designed by the Wajiri people of the northern Arnhem, Australia. It's not exactly the same as their songs, because their songs, they speak in a retroflex, and all of their music from the didgeridoo is based off of language. So in fact, when they do play, they are using words to make the sound. So they're actually going to be communicating. When you hear like a traditional, a real traditional like Aborigine who's a song man who's playing, he's actually using a language, his birth language to create the sound of the didgeridoo. So this is based off what I've learned so far of the Wajiri style of playing.
With this, but it's like a different tribe, a totally different thing that everybody can relate to. Okay, I guess it's time to get you guys playing. Basically, I mean, everybody that I've seen up front here, they pretty much got the basics. The basic drone is just made by you buzzing your lips, so like pretending you're a horse. You're going to want to be relaxed when you do this. One of the biggest problems we see with didgeridoo players on the whole is that they're very tense. So they wind up having their lips buzzed too tight or they're forcing it. Whatever your exhale is as hard as you should play. So if you're just
Stick?
don't.
Yeah, not playing Trump.
Yeah, I mean you'll just kill yourself. It's hot out, and they'll just bury you in the sand. You know, put honey around your head. So it should be a relaxing experience for now. So basically, with the student digits, you just want to make sure you have a good skill. So if you haven't played before, try it straight on, and just keep your lips together as they normally are. Put it up there. And you're going to want to just pucker a little bit. Like, I equate it to kissing a butterfly. Just a teeniest little pucker. And just
Raspberry on a baby's belly.
yeah. Small baby.
In the belly button.
Exactly.
Belly button, baby.
A little pointer, just make sure your lips are together. Sometimes it's hard to but
A little pointer, just to throw out at you guys. You guys might see us play a certain way. Don't think that that's the only way to play it. Like if I play it right here,
Working long and hard.
doesn't mean you can't play it right here or right here. Just happens that that's how I started playing from the beginning, and it's easier for me to play that way. The key is you have to have a little bit of your lips tucked inside the didgeridoo, and your lips have to be vibrating in order to create the sound. That's the biggest thing. There's really no distractions. That's the seal. It's called the sweet spot. Once you get the sweet spot, your lips are going to be placed in there just right, and they're going to be vibrating just right so that it's creating the sound of the didgeridoo.
just exhale. Just exhale it out there. Just let you just in there.
The biggest key in the beginning is the drone. Don't think about circular breathing. Don't think about anything else. Just about creating the sound. That's the most important thing right now.
You two are at a different stage.
And yeah, it does get a little bit frustrating. You got to anticipate that's going to happen. So in the future, when you start playing, you get frustrated, just set it down.
Kind of like to get you back prepared for the circular breathing is
Some people say that you actually go through physical pain after a while playing. I did experience some discomfort right here for a while when I started playing like really fast diaphragm breathing, but it goes away.
and then probably the same thing for you. You were there last time. You look really
Okay, let's take it each one at a time here. Everybody making the drone? That's the first step, you guys. Everybody, that's the first most important step.
That's basic too.
You can't go to step 2 until you get step 1.
Can you hold
Step
on?
1 is making the sound. Everybody just get me. Everybody wants to join in with us.
Yeah, see long breaths. That's what you got to last time.
You guys can try to play.
Especially with this, it's so bassy, like, you know, you can extend it out. One of the things, I want you to work on your upper vocal right now. So, like higher pitch vocals, like dog barks, chirps. As you're doing that, because and force it. Like right now, you're very relaxed and you're playing just it's a drone. And I want you to use your gut and I want you to force it out. So it's like I need that.
Right.
Your turn. Why don't you get that around? You got it.
Once you're in there, you're golden. Yeah, you just gotta find the sweet spot.
Then you can start it. And mouth shake. Same deal, just long breath. Okay. This is actually
Anybody still working the drone?
I want you to do the same thing as Surfer right now.
No, you can't do it.
I basically want you to work on and then what I'm going to bring you to up next is what I have actually been doing, which is preparing your body for Chicago. You can decide what's going into it. Because it's a completely different world of playing. You'll never be able to do anything you did before. You get good, like with doing what you guys are doing, and then you really stop. Yeah, exactly. So work on your vocals because you guys drone really, really well. So if you get your vocals down, you know, and just really mess around with it. Pretend it's a toilet, whatever comes out, you know. And if you have a hard time hearing, especially this one's so easy, cover one ear and you can hear yourself, but like work on your higher vocals. Force it out. That's real good. Another thing you can do, like, you know, the first line, you find that spot. It's like, the first line, find the spot. Or you can try with a low voice, and then work out a pattern and then higher. Think about that down. Your drone's really good, and you can go get a lot of
It's kind of like playing it. Once you find your spot on the mouthpiece itself, it doesn't necessarily move around.
myself up sometimes. You know, I think I'm out.
Thanks. I was laughing because it had effects on it, and every time I would do something, it'd come out to be what I didn't expect.
I started getting tickled after a while. I couldn't handle it after a while.
It was fun. Thank you. Now, what was the challenge was getting out there in that big country and going for it. Now, I appreciate backing up. I can't necessarily hear sometimes, but people on the other end can hear because the travelers are
Can't do it for a while.
Good to see you.
You got to be
vibrating the tongue. You can also
Mine are 5 years apart.
shifting your mouth, dropping your jaw. Here's your sweet spot.
So we want you guys to start learning to make the different types of noises, which you're probably hearing these guys make and somewhere some other people.
Everybody, this is what a kookaburra sounds like, okay? You guys know what a kookaburra is? Bird! It's a bird, right?
It's a plane.
You know what family it belongs to? Which, Gene? Do you know what family it belongs to? Kingfisher. It's actually the largest kingfisher bird in the world. And they mate for life. Wow. Okay, and this is what they sound like.
Wow.
Sounds like they're laughing at you. That is the kookaburra.
You're using your back of your throat and your tongue. Like saying gaga, but really embellished. Thank you. That was cool. Yeah, I'm hearing something good from over here. I just don't know which one. It's probably
She sounds good.
the next thing we're gonna do, which is really easy, is a dingo. Dingo is the dog of Australia, and everybody here knows how a dog barks, right? You know. Exactly. You know, that's what we get paid to do. Somebody did it good. But that's it. I mean, it's just. I mean, bark from different parts of your, you know, like without using your tongue. Try coming from your chest, from the top of your throat, from inside your mouth.
It's good because it's... All right, now we got a hard one for you.
Yeah, this is a hard one of the day. This will get you busy for a while.
The dog is easy, really. The kangaroo is a little bit harder. Now, in Australia, the Aborigines, they have a sound for everything, and they call it, like, if you look at the map of Australia, you see in from perspective of an Aborigine, you would see the song lines instead of political lines or whatever. And these song lines are representative of each part of Australia, and they all have a sound. And actually, water has a sound, mountains have a sound, all that stuff. Kangaroos have a sound. This one's a little bit more difficult. You see it?
Like the bounciness. How you're doing that is you're actually using your tongue. Only your tongue. You're doing your regular drone, and you're bringing your tongue. Let's see, how is that going? It's like arched down, and you're like pushing it forward. So you're basically kind of like almost sticking your tongue out, going, but not quite. You're just going.
Tongue is actually touching the top of the just where your lips are, on the top of the didgeridoo, like right here. The tongue is kind of like doing like this little action right here. Don't try to vocalize. Don't try to use your vocals. Just use it in your mouth. It's like a vowel sound or something, like the way you hold your mouth without using your vocals. Just like that.
You have had your piece loads on it? Oh, okay.
You'll get a different sound.
I'm going straight instead of curl.
Everybody's different.
But I'm still getting sound. That's why I was tripping out.
It's almost like going Okay, I'm gonna help you guys out. It's not like going OVO, like OVO. It's a lot like that, only without using your vocals. So it'd be like same. What you're doing with your tongue is exactly the same. Yeah, is it Suwanee or something? I have one too. Okay, yeah, you guys see it.
Because we don't know what time it is, we're going to jump into circular breathing.
Oh, yeah? Because I went down at like about 4 o'clock and
Next group.
step on.
We're gonna do a quick
They were
run
still
on
doing their race man like 4 a.m.
later on. If you're playing well and already playing and you want to get more detail on circular breathing, come on later.
Circular breathing is a little bit more difficult. It's usually one-on-one. We can take little groups at a time. Like right now, if you guys want to stick around, just to let you know, it does take a little more time, circular breathing. Just compartmentalizing breathing out and breathing in. At first, your mind is trying to get in there and decide what's right, what's not, and it's going to be difficult at first, a little bit. It'll get easy.
So, in reality, if some of you want to just keep droning and stuff like that and don't want to circular breathe, feel free. If you want to listen in, that's cool too. Circular breathing is very, 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 very easy. You just think about it way too much. It's so easy. Once you do it, you're like, oh, that's it, jeez. I have some of you working on different things, and people who are just joining now, and like the first, second, third time, or people who've been playing for a while and just stuck in the same thing. It's different. It's just that's all it is, just different. We've pretty much limited circular breath into one motion, and it's very hard to do. It's like rubbing your belly and patting your head at the same time. If you breathe in and get air in your mouth, basically, the big part of circular breathing is controlling the ejection of the air through your mouth. So if anybody's gone swimming, which probably most of us have, you come out of the water, you have a mouth full of water, you spit it out. Same motion. And usually, depending on time frame, we actually have water and we can do that.
Yeah, we can do that one-on-one.
The biggest part of that is being able to breathe in while you're going. So basically, the whole key motion of circular breath is just as literally breathing in through your nose and out at the same time. So what I want everybody to do is just get air in their mouth and just
First major point of address, it doesn't take that much air to keep the sound going circularly. It does not take that much breath. There are various advanced stages of circular breathing. When you get into fast breathing, fast rhythms, it takes a different kind of breathing, but the same thing. First thing is just to not confuse.
Yeah, it's really a relaxed, non-harsh motion. So it's literally it's almost like literally just breathing. If you can imagine like a box, you know, if you have it like a diaphragm in there, you move to one side, it's high pressure over here and low pressure over here. It's always equal and opposite, so it's always in motion. So whenever you're doing this, you got to keep in mind it's relaxed. It's not. I mean, I've seen people turn purple in the face. It's great. So it's just whatever air is in there is all it's ever gonna take. It's all it's ever gonna take. So now I want people to try and do this: is while you're exhaling through your mouth with the, try and make that as slow as possible. And then breathe in while you're doing that. You should be able to do this and breathe in and out in your nose at the same time.
Okay.
It's forced. You have to really train your body to do this. It doesn't like it at all.
Really? Why doesn't like it?
Yeah, we're going to use term here number one for the circular breathing. There's overfill. Overfill is when you're breathing in so much air that your lungs become so full of your capacity, becomes so full of air that you can no longer actually continue the sound, the didgeridoo. Even though you have a lot of air in your lungs, you're going like, why can't I keep this sound going? You have to stop. The reason is because you don't need to overfill. You don't need to top off your lungs. Your lungs need to be about halfway to, at the most, 3/4 full of air, at the most. You should not fill you should be like, you won't be able to last very long. You just won't be able to, unless you learn how to exhaust, which, second term, is that breathe out of your nose. Okay, you know,
just ignore that, it's very hard.
that's later.
Yeah, you'll hate it. Actually, what we can do now is we can mess around with some water, and it's a physical interaction tool. Is really all it is. If you don't choke, you're in good shape. We can use that. We have cups up here, and
yeah, I don't know. You guys are welcome to. If you guys want, we got a couple exercises using water and straw that'll help you understand circular breathing a little bit better. Either way, if you decide not to do it, we're still going to talk about it, so you can take it home and do it later.
So basically, what we're gonna have you do, and feel free to come up if you want to get water and do this. Just come on up. There might be some sand cups. Yeah.
See that red card
Straws right here. Grab a straw.
next to it, something great.
Everybody's different, you know, like we have probably about 4 to 6 different ways of teaching circular breath. Some people get it, some people don't.
Yeah.
It all depends on the person. Yeah, grab a straw if you want